What, you've used these things before?
If I have to. This is an ex-cop. This is ex-military. I'm an ex-programmer.
Who are you most worried about here in Portland? I mean, it's a quiet place. It's a long way from, you know, it's not a particularly dangerous city.
Well, you know, what is a dangerous city? Dangerous to whom? Probably not dangerous to you. Bill Gates, who lives in a far safer city, surrounds himself with hundreds of security people who are highly armed and very aggressive. You know, we read in the paper yesterday where his people attacked some journalists that got too close to him. You know, is he paranoid? And he lives in a far safer city than this.
McAfee's girlfriend, Janice Dyson, is a former stripper and prostitute. They first met in Miami.
He was visiting from Belize, and I met him on South Beach. He was at the News Cafe having a cup of coffee, and I'd walked by with my girlfriend, and when he saw my butt, he said that he just had to know who I was, and so he told me I had the finest ass in Miami, which...
Quite a compliment.
It's quite a compliment. It's very true. It's very true.
So you saw him as a potential client?
As a yes, potential client.
I've come to Belize to find out more about John McAfee's life here. Below is the idyllic Ambergris Cay, an island which flanks the world's second largest barrier reef. That's where McAfee bought his beach house, but I'm travelling to another property he bought on the mainland near Orange Walk, the second biggest city in Belize, with a population of 14,000 people, on the fringes of the jungle. It was here that he set up his laboratory, apparently with big plans to make medicines from the native plants, and who knows, maybe even discover the world's next wonder drug. My guide to the now deserted compound is one of his former girlfriends, Samantha Vanegas. She lives next door in a house that he gave her after she started working for him. Which one's the lab?
The green building. I used to work at his lab first before me and he started messing around. I know a little bit about doing the medicine. Right over here there was like a big long table with you know, science stuff, and then over here there were the measuring machines and the blender and all of this stuff. It's not much in here.
So what were you actually researching in that laboratory?
Yeah, antibiotics, and based on a new science called quorum sensing. Very, very exciting field.
What do you know about that? Where's your expertise in that field?
I have none whatsoever, but I have a great interest in it.
When he needed a break from tinkering in the lab, McAfee used to visit this bar in town. But he wasn't here for the beer or the sophisticated atmosphere. It was the readily available young girls he was after, and the owner helped him find them.
Well, I was the one, you know, that had John meeting a lot of beautiful girls.
Excuse my question, but are you a pimp?
Not really. When John always come to see me, I tell John, which one of these girls you like? You say the word, I put it in the plane, yes.
McAfee would then have the girls flown over to his beach house. He settled on 7 favorites.
Was I really living with 7 women in Belize? Now, that's a tricky one. There were, in fact, days when all 7 were present. These are the 7 women. From left, Amy 2, Amy 1, Marcia, Angie, Tamisha, Zyra, and Dear Samantha.
Dear Samantha remembers her relationship with McAfee as torrid and, well, tiring.
His sex has to last long. I mean, you can't give him 1 or 2 hours. He wants like morning to day. I mean, like, you have to be in that bed from morning till the next day, and if you can continue till 7 days, that's sex for him.
Another common question is, did these women really try to kill me? Well, not all of them, of course. In fact, fewer than 50% tried to kill me.
But you did try to, what, shoot him in the head, right?
I did.
Why?
Because I was jealous and tired of him, I guess.
I also tried to cut his throat, but he just leaned against the wall and said, do it. I was angry. Whatever.
And let's include her second attempt in here, too.
For some reason, I missed.
You tried to shoot him?
Uh-huh.
I'm still deaf. And let's cut to, I also tried to cut his throat. I'm still deaf in my left ear from a gunshot fired at close range when Amy tried to shoot me in the head.
Amy Emschwiller was only 16 when she moved into McAfee's beach house. That's her to the left of McAfee in this photo taken on his jetty. And that's Samantha on the other side. McAfee believes she also tried to kill him.
I was fed up of he doing stuff to me and I don't do anything. And I just picked up the gun and said, I'm gonna kill you. And he took it as a threat.
The color of his eyes, which are kind of...
There was a witness to the madness at McAfee's beach house. He'd invited an American cartoonist to Belize to produce a comic book about his life. Chad Esley struggled to find any humor in the situation.
The situation there was kind of tense with some of the people he was surrounding himself with, or people who were moving against him in some way, and it wasn't very funny. To me, it was, I think there were a few dangers there that were, it was not a good scene.
One chapter recreates the night Amy tried to kill McAfee.
But I closed my eyes. Maybe I didn't want to see the shooting, because by then maybe I had actually